Your most recent op-ed goes through this triangle of people that were feeding information into the FBI. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. We used to have the Bermuda Triangle. Now we have the Fusion GPS Triangle. In one corner, you got Christopher Steele, a British intelligence agent desperate to influence the election because he's desperate to defeat Trump. He's also being paid by Hillary Clinton. Then you've got Nellie, the wife of a senior Justice Department official, being paid by the same firm, Fusion GPS, on the same project to find Russia dirt on Trump. And then the last corner, you got Glenn Simpson, the founder of Fusion GPS and a contractor for Hillary Clinton. In the middle of those three is Bruce Orr, senior Justice Department official, taking highly uncorroborated, highly partisan, highly conflicted information and giving it to the FBI and Justice Department, and nobody saw a problem with that.
All because they just didn't like him and they just didn't want him as president. So they decided to come up with a scheme to actually spy on American citizens. Do you think John Durham is aware of all of this? Where is that investigation today?
That's a great question. I think Senator Graham did a good job of describing what the IG is doing. I am hearing that John Durham and Bill Barr focused on the part before the FBI officially got started on July 31st, 2016, the period of March to July, and whether intelligence assets, Western, private, or U.S., were deployed in an earlier effort to start probing the Trump campaign and its Russia ties, maybe lay the breadcrumb trail of evidence that Christopher Steele then collected up and gave to the FBI. That's where I think when you heard the term the other day from the Attorney General, I believe there was political surveillance going on. I think that's what he's referring to.
Yeah, and this is all, we know that there were informants thrown at certain Trump campaign people like George Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos has been on this program, and he told me directly on this show that Mifsud was the guy that they wanted him to meet in Italy. He had this job at the Center for Law, International Law, and they said, oh, don't quit yet to go work for Trump. We want to send you to Rome. We want you to meet Mr. Joseph Mifsud. That is the individual who told him Russia has emails of Hillary Clinton. Why is that important, John?
Well, I interviewed Mr. Mifsud's lawyer the other day, Stefan Rowe, and he told me, and he also provided some deposition evidence to both Congress and myself, that his client was being directed, had long worked with Western intelligence, and he was being directed specifically, he was asked to connect George Papadopoulos to Russia, meaning it was an operation, some form of an intelligence operation. That was the lawyer's own words for this. If that's the case, that means that the flashpoint that started the whole investigation was in fact manufactured from the beginning.
Manufactured from the beginning. In other words, they put this guy Mifsud on George Papadopoulos. He drops a bomb on his lap saying, yeah, Russia has emails, with hopes that Papadopoulos goes and tells Trump and starts getting them involved in a conspiracy. Meanwhile, he's working for Western intelligence. Mifsud is.
That's what his lawyer says. And I know both John Durham and two members of two different committees in Congress have recently reached out to get this evidence from the lawyer, which includes an audio tape deposition that Mr. Mifsud gave his lawyer before he went into hiding. So there's a lot of evidence that can be combed through. We can get to the bottom of this, but I think the investigation is looking much more intensively at a period that hasn't gotten much scrutiny in the American public, and that's that March to July timeframe.
Real quick, same question I asked Lindsey Graham. Who do you think is the mastermind? One word, real quick.
I think the CIA, we have to take a closer look at them. We're starting to see some sign of it.
We will leave it there. John Solomon, good to see you.
Thanks.
Have a great Sunday.